name is Margaret Ann Windsor, and I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace in 1941, born in 39, and brought to Moulton, Alabama, and dropped off in a pigsty. My identity stolen. The twins, they gave me the name of Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married at Childers. Both twins, Peggy and Carl, were murdered by their mother. They were born out of wedlock, and the family covered it up all those years till I found out in '83, after I was flown out to Larry Flint's in a political campaign, U.S. Congress, to replace a doctor congressman I'd written about in a medical malpractice book involving mind control and mass murders and how you can cure and create illnesses. And Flint was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, March the 6th of '78. I lived in Marietta at Moonraker Apartments, and the title of my book was MD, A License to Kill. That's associated with Timothy Dalton, A License to Kill. The movies hadn't come out at that time, and I certainly hadn't found out about being kidnapped and being the legal monarch to the British Crown. My father, Edward VIII, was illegally taken down. He didn't marry Wallace Simpson. He married Georgia O'Keeffe. That's my aunt, artist. And I will say that today, or yesterday, one of her paintings sold for $44.4 million. She lived on Ghost Ranch out in it was a beach near Santa Fe, where Jack lived for a long time. And I'm going to give you some of his letters. I hope he doesn't mind. History would tell you that my father married and abdicated, which is a lie. That married there's other names for her, but I'm not allowed to say them. She was put on Look or Life magazine, first woman on the cover, and she is a total lie. Illuminati helped kidnap me. My Uncle George, Elizabeth's father, and Kennedy. Joe Kennedy was appointed ambassador to Great Britain during that time by Roosevelt. So you get into a bunch of thugs, Freemasons, Illuminati, they're the same people. My uncle became a part of it, and Elizabeth is a member of the Illuminati now. The very people that her parents helped kidnap and take down my father. He never married Wallace Simpson, a double look-alike did. So I'm going to leave that there. So Georgia, what I'm trying to say is my aunt would have helped me and the O'Keeffes. I don't totally know. I didn't find out about my birthright and all that until late '83. Sure, Georgia would have helped me. My understanding is that the young man, and I've forgotten his name right at the moment, that was supposed to be taking care of her, he had her sign over property and stuff and rights to him, and the O'Keeffes couldn't get near her, and it was illegal. But anyway, like everything else in that here that's been illegal. Now I wanted to get to this. It's like Russian roulette. Will I live? Will I have brain damage again? Will I be able to walk out of this? I'm 76 years old almost. And I have put on here about chemicals being used. I'm allergic to chemicals, and I'm going to leave out all the other. I came here in '86 to Roanoke, Troutville. I lived on the Appalachian Trail, froze, starved, everybody knowing it. And it's been ongoing since then. I got a letter from the FBI back in June the 23rd, '79, ongoing investigation, national security involved. And I thought it was because of the book and mind control murders that had been happening that I'm aware of since before '70. I just didn't know the mechanism used until I worked for doctors in Atlanta. One was a cardiovascular, and I found out somebody, when I worked again, her husband had a heart bypass, he did, and he was killed. His name was Russell. And I've forgotten his name. Anyway, He was chairman of the board, I believe, or either president, and the insurance, she showed me the insurance forms, and I believe because all the surrounding things, the doctor that I worked for had put chip in a heart bypass. You can control someone's decision making. You can program them to go out and shoot or kill, and you can modify their behavior. So you get into a whole bunch of laws, and like these mass murders, like the person that shot Larry Flint was under mind control, programmed to do it and kill his attorney. So I could go on those. This is my son's names, and they're heir to the crown after me, and I don't know where they are. I have to pray they're okay. It's an old photo. This is Mark, and this is Scott. Mark is heir after me, firstborn. This is just to show you the connection that I'm about to try to make for you. I've made, well, anyway, this is Gabby Gifford, and that was a mind control murder that was done in Tucson, Arizona. She did get elected was a congresswoman. She's married to the astronaut twin, Mark Kelly, and his brother, Scott Kelly. They're twins, both astronauts. So that's just an inkling of how it's put together. Now, I stayed another night, not another night. I've been here for going on, well, a little over 3.5 months. This is used to be a travel lodge. And I have been, this is what State Trooper retired said to me, his wife did, and on August 14th of '09, when they dropped me off at, I'd had fuel poured on my tent where I was legally camped and paying up on Roanoke Mountain National Park Service, and he's a retired state trooper, and his wife brought me down because I had to sleep out most of the night, because that's just one day out of my life. When they dropped me off down there to Fort of Belen and paid the security deposit, I stayed there 17 months and paid everything else on time. I've never been late with my paying rent or anything when I could get a place to live. And by the way, his wife, when she turned to leave, she said, "This is how we make you move with chemicals." Well, I'm allergic to chemicals, and I've put this on other videos and Facebook. And I have an immune disorder. When I'm force-fed toxic, and I mean force-fed, toxic fumes and odors, then my body reacts by my immune system attacks itself. Over the years, the inflammation and all of it, it's been hell to live, and nobody would listen. They know it, and they don't care. They're afraid of it, or they just don't care. And a lot of them have had their jobs, well, I don't know, threatened if they didn't participate with a law enforcement that's involved in doing this. Or their children would be put in jail, etc., if they had found drugs. I could go on. You can guess what's going on. After all, Snowden tried to tell everybody, and they didn't want to hear it. But I wanted to mention this place here, there's a lot of illegal stuff that's happened to me, like the tax they aren't supposed to be charging me there. It's supposed to have been dropped. And I called, and I'm going to run out, and it's up to you if you want to hear the rest of it. And this involves some of the space in letters from Jack. And his last name is Hartsfield. He was a reporter, FBI agent. And I don't know that he's kin to Hank Hartsfield, the astronaut, or not. I understand that he is. But anyway, I want to read the letters to you and show you the connections to the explosions. Sally Ride, the twins, or one of them was a twin that was, I think Reagan put her up there. She was a teacher. Anyway, they went down on the explosions of two of the shuttles. These people did. So I'm going to pick up on another one, and I'm going to try to title them the same thing.